All right. Hey everyone.
Hey, hey.
How you doing? This is our first time doing this. I'm trying to remember to look here. This is our first time doing this. We first and foremost want to thank each and everyone who was able to make it to our detox and cleanse class today, and we thank everyone for their support. We're going to try and also start doing some live videos, doing some live classes. We know people have hectic and busy lives, and so it'd be great if we could just get this information out to as many people. So we thought, why not sit down for those who want to tune in and do it live the same way that we do it in a classroom. This week we were talking about detox and cleansing. And I don't, oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves. That shows you how new we are at this. But if you're following us, Anthony and
Dana.
my wife, Dana.
Yep, Dana here.
I guess start by telling a little bit about how we got started with Young Living and what Young Living is doing for us and why it's so important that we share this information with everyone. I'm going to allow Dana to start first.
For me, well, I'll say just in regards to like the detox and cleanse class, a lot of things that people don't realize that can be caused, like fatigue or allergies or other sensitivities, a lot of times could be because of toxins. So for me, even at a young age, I had a lot of seasonal discomforts as well as a lot of for me, like my menstrual cycle, I had issues with that and everything. So I was always looking for natural ways to kind of manage those things. So I found that like herbs and essential oils have been able to kind of help those things. So a lot of what we'll talk about in dealing with like Young Living, some of their products, if you're not familiar with Young Living's products, but they are essential oils. They are all natural products. So we're going to be incorporating some of those as well in some of our information.
Yeah. And then I'm piggybacking off of my wife's story. Like she mentioned, she had been using them for a long time, and I would see them in the house, but I never really had any experience with essential oils. I was literally dragged to our annual convention this year, and I got a chance to chat with other guys who were using essential oils and different products from Young Living. I've always tried to take care of myself and my health to the best of my ability, and I like what I saw what Young Living was doing. Only helps to take that to the next level. Not only as a young male, but just an individual.
Sideways.
We're sideways.
I told you we were going to be sideways.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and fix that. Okay. It was just a few minutes. Let me see here if I can fix that. See, I told you we're so brand new at this. We have no clue what we're doing. But that's okay. Ignorance on fire, right? No, that's the wrong one. Now let's try this. Sideways. How about now? Is that better? Knocking everything over. All right. I guess that's a little less sideways.
Okay, thanks, Julie. It's better.
Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, I always use my phone in landscape mode, so yeah, that would be why. Okay, I think that looks better. And everyone see now?
Okay, cool.
Straight up. So yeah, I've always been about health and wellness. As an individual, I worked in the medical industry for a while, and it always bothered me that as not only as young people, but people in general, we don't really take care of our health. So when I was first introduced, I did not like the smell of the oils. I will openly admit that. But it's not always necessarily about the smell. It's about what it does for your body and the systems in it. And so that's part of why we do these classes. It's because we want people to understand that there's other options out there. There's natural options and things to use to support your a healthy style of living. So that's why this class that we picked was actually detox and cleansing. We're not going to take up a lot of everyone's time. But like we mentioned, we just want to be able to get this information out so that those who couldn't make it tonight and those who we just haven't been able to connect with yet, busy lives, busy schedules, can benefit from as well. So let's start with detoxing. I guess, Dana, I'll allow you to start with
Okay.
What is detoxing?
So I think this was important too. So the class was all about detox and cleanse. And a lot of people don't realize the difference between a detox versus a cleanse. So first and foremost, when we think about a detox, so the purpose of a detox is to rid your body of toxins. So that could be environmental, that can be internal. And so basically what is going to happen in a detox is your body is going to eliminate the toxins from your systems. So the goal is to enhance the body's detoxification. And primarily this is all going to happen in the liver. So when we have toxins and toxin buildup, our liver actually holds on to those toxins. So if we never do a detoxification, we're not going to get all of that out of our system. So it is so important that we detox our systems. So that would be exactly what like a detox would be, versus where a cleanse is going to be primarily, the purpose of a cleanse is to clean out your digestive tract. So this includes eliminating toxins, fecal matter, parasites, and fungi from the digestive tract. And both are extremely important. So it's important to rid your body of those toxins, as well as to cleanse throughout the digestive system.
Yeah. So I'll very briefly talk about some of the signs that normally there's a high amount of toxicity in the body. Usually I can tell when, and most individuals can tell when something is just off about them. So most of the time, the typical signs that there's too many toxins in the body are things like fatigue, headache, joint pain. I'm sure a lot of people experience that. Food sensitivities and allergies, mood swings. I know that's a huge one for me because I will walk around with a scowl on my face and people say you're like a completely different person. So I can definitely tell from that. Anxiety and depression, that one is a huge one, especially this time of year. High blood pressure and constipation. So when there's a high amount of toxins in the body, it's going to manifest itself physically as well as mentally and emotionally. And sometimes we don't think about how the things that we're putting into our body or the things that we come in contact with in the world are affecting us on the inside. And I think that's really interesting. That was kind of new for me, because for a while I couldn't figure out why I would have these changes. And so more recently, my wife has suggested that we do detoxes and cleanses, and I've been able to tell a huge difference. Yep. So statistics, I'm going to allow you to do that one.
Okay, so I like numbers, so I'll do the statistics stuff. So I think this is important too, because sometimes we don't realize why. Again, it might be important to rid our bodies of toxins. But so these are some of the statistics per the American Cancer Society. So 1,620 Americans are expected to die a month. 5 to 10% of all cancers are genetic, which means then that 90 to 95% are from lifestyle and environment. So that's huge if we think about the fact that we do have controls over the toxins, or some of the toxins that are coming into our systems, coming into our bodies, coming into our homes. So even when we think about that, we can change some of our lifestyle decisions. And we know that can include diet, exercise, sleep, drugs, and stress. So all of those can contribute to a lot of those things, and if we can kind of combat them and fight them, then really we're going to keep ourselves above, and that's going to help a lot.
Yeah, I think those stats, to me, they're kind of eye-opening. Some may know and some may not. A couple years ago, I lost my grandmother to cancer, and from a kid, I remember like they juiced. They typically ate very healthy. They were healthy individuals, and I was just floored at the simple fact that how could a person who led such a healthy lifestyle still be affected by something like that? But the world that we live in is toxic. The air we breathe is toxic. There's just a lot of toxins that we take in even through our food. So anything that we can do to support our body's natural detoxification, we should do. So that was kind of an eye-opener to me, like 1,600 deaths a month from cancer, and the fact that only 5 to 10% of that is genetic means that it's all these external factors that are affecting our body and our system, and sometimes we don't realize it. So that kind of hit home for me. What about organs of detoxification? You want to take that one?
So again, sometimes we only think about, like with cleanses, we only think of like that digestive tract. So also other organs that we want to detox is like our lymph, our colon, the blood, skin, liver, our kidneys, and our lungs. All of those we actually can help to detox. So we're going to talk a little bit about some things that can help support detoxification, as well as will help with cleanses. Okay. So.
Okay. And I'm not trying to throw you off. I'm watching the chat here. Yeah, Julie, those are some crazy statistics. So feel free to comment. We'll try to answer questions as well as we go through this, but we're going to try to get through this information and get it out, and then we'll answer questions. So I am keeping an eye on the chat as well. Okay, so where are we at? Products that support detox and cleanse. So I can really only talk about the ones that I've used. I know the first one is the Cleansing Trio, ICP, Comfort Tone, and Essential Zyme, which I have used all three of those. What would you say was your experience in using those?
So I know for me, so when I was doing an actual cleanse, these three products really helped to kind of jumpstart. And for me, it was not just about, well, it was mainly about cleansing my system, but also helping me to like be more clear mentally. So for me, I try to do like a cleanse every like 3 to 6 months, just to kind of cleanse out that whole digestive tract, so we can start anew. It's so important, especially I know a lot of people going into the new year will be starting new diets, new exercise regimes, and it's crucial that we kind of start with a clean slate, a clean palate. So doing different cleanses is really going to help to support that system and allow you to be a little more successful when it comes to starting these new exercise routines and as well as diets. So for me, that ICP, the Comfort Tone, and the Essential Zyme, I really enjoyed those. And at convention, we actually learned a lot more about that Comfort Tone. That Comfort Tone actually was formulated by Gary Young, and it was formulated for a patient that he had, that she actually, when she came to him, she was only given, I think it was like a week or so to live. Like, so basically she was like, you know, I'm gonna die. So for him, he went to the drawing board and he tried to put different herbs and essential oils together and to see what he could come up to kind of help her system to combat what was going on. So that Comfort Tone, it's just an excellent product, and it's one of the 3 products that go along with that cleanse. So the next one would be that Omega Gize. So Omega Gize is an excellent fatty fish oil. So fish oil is going to be really excellent too, to help support when you're trying to cleanse and start anew with that system, as well as one of our faves, Ninja Red.
Yeah, we love Ninja Red.
So that it's a full body antioxidant. So again, it's going to support every single system. So if you're focusing on detoxing your body, obviously if we have too many toxins, the antioxidants can kind of fight that off. They help to fight free radicals in our systems. So we want to make sure we're taking in a lot of antioxidants. And that juice, it actually is from wolfberries, or also known as goji berries. So they're very high in protein. which is again excellent when you're trying to really cleanse out the system, and as you're shifting over to starting like new diets and things like that.
Yeah, I'll quickly comment because Ningxia was one of the products that stood out to me. They have different Ningxia products. They have the Ningxia Nitros. They have the Ningxia Zing, but the juice as well. And our kids love it. It's funny because Dayton wakes up in the morning and he's like, "I want Ninja juice. I want Ninja juice," and they drink it like it's Kool-Aid or juicy juice. I don't know what kids drink, but for the most part, but that's how they drink it, and you don't need much of it. And I think it's great that not only it tastes great, but it's full of all the things that we may not necessarily get an opportunity to take in. And it helps to simplify one aspect of our lives. So I love the fact that as a juice person, like I've had to cut back on juice a ton, but as a juice person, I love that I can mix this 1 to 2 ounces with water, or sometimes in the morning if I'm having breakfast, I'll put a little bit in my apple juice and just drink the whole glass, and I'm good to go for the day. I know that my body now has the nutrients. Oh, I'm sorry, this gnat flew by. I know that my body has the nutrients that it needs, and so I love that it's just so simple. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was my 2 cents.
Yes.
Multigrains.
Okay.
So how about multigrains?
So multigrains. So this again is another great support. So this is going to help to energize, revitalize again, and it has the Melissa oil in it. Great support again for kind of cleansing out that system. Another one is that Juva Tone. So anything, products that start with the Juva is all going to be geared kind of to that liver. So again, we talked about with toxins, when we want to detoxify, we really want to look at that liver because everything's getting dumped in the liver. All the toxins, everything is getting dumped over there. So that Juva Tone is going to help to, again, cleanse out the liver area.
Yeah. I just got to pay attention to the chat for a second. Julie's kind of on fire. She said Omega Gize helps to lubricate the pipes, but also good for the heart, brain, and so while cleansing, the rest of the systems are being supported as well. Julie, we're going to have to invite you to teach some of these classes with us. But that's some great information you had to add as well. What about oils to support detox and cleanse? So we had Juva Tone. There's Juva Cleanse and Juva Flex. I have not personally had any experiences with those. Have you had any experiences with the Juva Cleanse or the Juva Flex? No. But they're great oils to use for that purpose. I know I use a lot of the citrus oils, so one of the ones is, or I'm going to list some of the ones that would fall under that category. You have lemon, lime, grapefruit, bergamot, tangerine, and orange. And I love to use, for the most part, I carry a big thing of lemon oil, and that's actually what I'm drinking in my water. We didn't mention that earlier. We probably should have mentioned that. Like, water is key, too. I don't know why. A lot of people, we don't drink water nowadays. And that's something that's essential to the body. The body's like 98% water, 95% water. And we don't drink water. So simply something like increasing your water intake, and then in addition to using things, the citrus oils, lemon is my favorite. But I do cook with lime to get it in my system as well. Orange and tangerine is good in water. It's a great oils to detox with as well. Mm-hmm.
So I know some of my favorites. Right. I love tangerine, so I actually have tangerine in my water. And then, as mentioned, also orange. So orange also is another one that is really, really good to put over your liver. So that Juva Cleanse, Juva Flex, and orange are great again for detoxifying that liver. Get those toxins out because everything's getting dumped in there. And both of those, you would want to kind of put that over your liver.
Yeah. Anything else to add on that?
No.
Okay. So a couple more that we can use. You have rosemary oil, lemongrass, and diagize. Where's the diagize?
Oh, no, that's lemongrass.
Oh, that's lemongrass. I had diagize. There it is. So I can more specifically talk about diagize because anytime I teach like a men's and oils class, it's one of the oils that's actually on my little notes that I talk about, because as somebody who tries to stay healthy, I'm in the gym. I'm trying to build more muscle and get a little bit bigger. It's still a work in progress. But I typically tend to eat a high protein diet, which is very, very harsh on your digestive tract. So Dietize was something that was recommended because it's going to help support your digestive system to remove or move some of all those proteins through your system. So typically I always keep it with me. I take a drop every time I have a meal. Sometimes I will put it in my water just because our diets are not what they used to be in general. And so when we talk about cleansing and pulling things out of your digestive system, there's something that's called peristalsis, and that's the movement that's in your digestive tract that pushes everything out of your body. So anything that you can take to stimulate that is going to help get those things out of your system. Dietize is one of those. It has peppermint oil, and peppermint is very good for stimulating the digestive tract. So I personally, that's one of my favorites that I like to use.
Mm-hmm. And then also there's a kids version, Tummy Jize. So like my kids, they'll use Tummy Jize. They ask for Tummy Jize all the time. So this one it's diluted and it has a little more peppermint in it. So it actually tastes a little bit better, smells a little bit better than the original Dijize.
Yeah. Okay. So oils to support mental cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take the lead in that one?
Yeah. So this is key too. So a lot of people, again, we cleanse through our system, we detox through our system, but a lot of times, especially again when we talk about diet and changing the way we're eating, we don't think about the mental connection that comes with food. So a lot of times people have a hard time managing their weight because really just like we think of like if we smoke, we have it's a mental addiction as well as, you know, physical. So again, it's the same way when it comes to food. Sugar actually is more addictive than most commercial drugs. So when you have a connection again with when you're talking about your mental focus, you want to actually make sure too you're supporting that. So when you have different oils that are going to help to support and keep you stimulated mentally, it's going to be easier for you to stick to a particular like diet or eating routine that's going to help you in managing weight, especially after you've done like a detox and a cleanse.
Yeah. Stress away?
Yes.
I love Stress Away. I do. I'm going to allow you to talk about them, but I'll add my 2 cents for uses that I use them. So Stress Away is another one.
So Stress Away, this is a blend that has copaiba in it, lime, vanilla, oak tea. So it's great for mental rigidity. And also there's been many studies done about vanilla and the connection between vanilla and helping to curb cravings. So again, Stress Away, if you're trying to manage like weight or things like that, Stress Away is going to be an excellent one that you maybe want to diffuse or you want to keep on hand when you kind of see or feel yourself. I want to reach for something you know that you shouldn't have. The Stress Away is going to help with that mental focus to really help with that. Also another one that's really helpful is Thieves. So you have the Thieves Vitality and then you have the regular Thieves as well. So this is again one that you can be taking internally or like you can put it on topically or diffuse.
Yeah, I'll add my 2 cents. I actually really like Stress Away because the job that I come from or the field that I work in can be very stressful at times. And sometimes we don't realize how stress has effect on all the systems in our body, especially when it comes to our mental clarity. So anytime I'm stressed, like I find sometimes I might forget to eat or I might what they could do call stress eating. So people who are stressed, you know, they'll reach for what is it, the candy bar, the chocolate bar, and they call
something
it
of comfort,
like a comfort food. So I think it's nice to be able to have something instead that you can put a little roller ball on, you can roll a little bit on your, and instantly it's going to help support your nervous system. Like and for me, it has a very calming effect and it smells very good. I was at the grocery store. Someone said it smelled like eggnog. I don't necessarily think it's eggnog, but I think the vanilla is very strong in it. But it is very good.
Vanilla and
like
lime.
Yeah, I think the vanilla and lime probably sticks out. But I like it. That's all you need to know. It works, and I like it. Fennel?
Yeah, we don't have fennel.
Okay.
So fennel is another one that's going to help again with a mental cleanse. So fennel is a really, really good oil to support that as well as Peace and Calming. So we have Peace and Calming, the original, and Peace and Calming 2. So very similar to like the way Stress Away is going to help to support. Peace and Calming is going to do kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, our kids have mixed feelings about peace. We use that on our children. Dayton particularly does not like it very much because it knocks him out. And so he's like, no peace and calming. He thinks everything's peppermint, though.
Yeah,
so
everything's
sometimes
peppermint.
I'll call it peppermint. But peace and calming is very good, especially when it's diffused. We were over my sister's house diffusing peace and calming. It knocked out all 3 of her kids. Mm-hmm. I guess ours are have some type of immunity or built up resistance to it because they were still up. But yeah, all of her kids were gone. But it's very nice to just like we said, all of these products and these oils support what the body tries to do naturally. We just have to make the conscious decision to do things that are going to be better for our body in the long run. I mean, we're not medical professionals or anything like that, but I do have to thank my wife because at a certain point she decided that she wanted more for not only her own health, but for the health of our family. So take this information with a grain of salt. Like I said, we've been, how long have we been with Young Living? It's been, we get the days mixed up. See, I started in July. I started using Young Living products in July, but I think she might have started March. But I love just what the products are doing for us and our family, what Young Living as a company is doing for our family. It's something that we take very serious. This is a very serious and very viable business for us. So I just love watching it grow. We love helping people reach their personal wellness goals. Mm-hmm. So that's our goal with these broadcasts, and we'll be doing them probably twice a month at least is the goal. So I guess any questions in the chat? Let me see. Oh, Julie says, you two are very knowledgeable teachers. Thank you, Julie. I don't think we are. I think we're able to use Google very, very well. But thank you. Let's see. You got a few people that came in, so that's good. Okay. Well, if no questions, we're going to wrap up there. If you have any questions and you think of them later, you can always feel free to message us or comment down below. We'll try to do our best to get back to as many individuals as well. But like we mentioned, we wanted to at least put this out here for individuals that were not able to make it to the class tonight. And I guess we'll see everyone next time. So thank you for your time.
All right. Bye, everybody.
And see you guys later.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.